My Lord and my God, my Lord Jesus Christ, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask you for pardon of my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. With the Lord there is mercy and fullness of redemption. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to my voice in supplication. Today is the sixth Sunday of Lent in the year A. The Church's liturgy brings to the fore a reality that I will have to face up to sooner or later. That is, if I have not yet already had to face it. The death of a loved one, of a parent, of a sibling, of a relative, a very close friend. The Gospel of St. John, chapter 11, unfurls that uncomfortable moment when you, Jesus, heard from your close friends Martha and Mary that their brother Lazarus had taken ill. At that moment, you turned to your disciples and said something rather enigmatic. This illness is not to end in death, but is for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it. Let me remember what I prayed at the beginning. With the Lord there is mercy and fullness of redemption. Jesus, I want to believe your word, even when I don't fully understand your words or even your actions. This illness is not to end in death, but is for the glory of God. And I don't understand your actions because when you got wind of the news that your good friend with whom you had wined and dined in the company of Martha and Mary, your first reaction wasn't to rush to Bethany. Rather, you waited for some days. With the Lord there is mercy and fullness of redemption. Jesus, I want to believe your word. I want to seek the will of God in everything, even when I don't fully understand your words, your actions, the turn of events in my life. Finally, when you reached Bethany, Lazarus, your friend, had been dead for 4 days. And Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now, I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you. Martha had always been outspoken, spontaneous. When her sister didn't give her a hand in the kitchen for that meal that you had with Lazarus and his 2 sisters, Martha blurted out, Lord, command her to come and help me. She's a tough lady. And she comes out to you, somehow reproaching you for having come a bit late. If you had been here, my brother would not have died. Come on, I know you can still do something. Jesus, isn't that what I have sometimes felt? Is it wrong to demand miracles from you? Is it wrong to pray novenas for the cure of a loved one? Is it wrong to pray rosaries? Perhaps I can try to listen to your response to Martha. Your brother will rise. Martha said to you, I know he will rise in the resurrection on the last day. And you, Jesus, told her, I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. In other words, death for one who believes in you, Lord Jesus, is not game over. It's life that is changed but not ended. Do I believe this? It's good to ask for a cure of a loved one through the intercession of a saint. It's good to bombard you, Jesus, in the Blessed Sacrament. It's good to offer rosaries for someone I love to be restored to health. But what is my reaction when, after all my prayers, someone still dies? I'm sorry, Jesus, if sometimes I've reacted saying, "Where is God? I prayed so much and he didn't answer my prayers." This is tantamount to turning you, Lord Jesus, into some kind of a giant cosmic vending machine. I pay for what I get. I said my rosaries. I went that many times through the intercession of this saint. I made novenas. I put in €1. I ought to get a Kit Kat. I put in €2. I ought to get a cappuccino. And it's a cranky, crybaby Christianity because I reject your saving message. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live, and everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. I want to believe, Jesus. Help my unbelief. I would like to learn what it is not to be a cranky Christian, and through this passage of the gospel, which is about real life and a reality that I can't escape, the death of a loved one, is there that I seek to be conformed to your will. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And if I can't say these words, convinced that you are the one who taught your disciples to pray in this way, then I become a cranky Christian. Hey, I've said my novenas. Why is God being so unfair to me? And I'm rejecting the cross. A Christianity without a cross is a worldly Christianity and shows itself to be sterile. They're tough words that Pope Francis pronounced in a homily in 2021. Is mine a cranky Christianity? A sterile Christianity? Is that how people see me? My Lord Jesus, I don't want to be a cranky Christian. How can I grow in my faith? For starters, it may be good today to sit down and go through John chapter 11 slowly and read the whole chapter with the eyes of my heart to listen to what you are saying. You delayed. You didn't get there on time, not because you didn't care. When you went to Mary, Mary said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw her weeping and the Jews who had come with her weeping, he became perturbed and deeply troubled and said, "Where have you laid him?" They said to him, "Sir, come and see." And Jesus wept. It's the shortest verse in the Bible. You wept, you cried, you have a heart, and you sympathize with me when I lose someone who is close to me. How can I grow in my faith? Could I imitate Mary's faith? Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Period. She doesn't question your will. She doesn't say, "But you should do this." She doesn't come out, "Come on, I know you can still do something." How can I grow in my faith? By repeating the Lord's Prayer. Every time I go to the Holy Mass, today, in the Holy Mass, I will say those words just before receiving communion. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. When I pray the Holy Rosary, at least 5 times, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In this Lenten season, may I grow to accept the reality of death, but over and above all, help me not to fall into being a cranky Christian, into that sterile Christianity which rejects the cross, but one who believes. This brings with it a calm acceptance that at one time or the other, someone near and dear to me will die, and I know that you are not indifferent, but that you weep with me in those moments. But you also console me with the words that I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. I ask Mary, my mother, who stood at the foot of the cross. She didn't run away, she didn't complain, but she stood there for you to give you the strength to fulfill your mission. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask you for help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.